Okay, YouTube, 2003 Nissan Sentra instrument panel. I guess it's a cluster they call it, but I'll show you how to change the light bulbs on them. It's pretty easy. So I've already taken it all apart. As you can see, I'll give you a quick rundown on how it comes apart. Now, you got this black piece right here, which is a real pain to get out, that sits right up in the top there. Right up in the top, along. Those of you who have the car, you know what I'm talking about. Those two screws at the top, two screws, one right there, one right there, right at the top. Right at the top, sorry about the light. You pop those two out, then there are two clips there, one there and one on that side, and you gently wiggle that cover piece off. After that, you'll see your instrument panel right in front of you with the three Phillips head screws holding it in. 1, 2, and 3. So after you disconnect those three, don't try and yank it out right away. It's attached to these two wires here. One wire on this side, which would be your passenger side, closer to your passenger side. That's where your temperature control is, or your temperature gauge, I should say, to be correct. And then you also have the second wire, which is over by your odometer. So these are a pain in the ass. Sorry for the language. They got those little clips on them, so you got to push those tabs down. There we go. Push the tab down and pull out at the same time. So pushing down the tab unlocks it and pull it back out. You all know that already. If you're this far messing around, you know a thing or two. So that's pretty well it for that. Disconnecting. The best way I found to get the black cover piece off first was I bent it in such a way that it fit over the steering wheel and you were able to rotate it out. And then the cluster itself, if you pull it off to the side here with your indicator down, you're able to access the rear plug behind the odometer, and you can actually come on this side and get it out. And then after that, if you push it back in, the passenger side back in to the compartment on an angle, flat, you're able to push it in that way and out, and then you can access that second plug right in front of your face. So pretty well you'll be doing one of these. You'll be going, well, it'll be this way. So you push it back in to the panel, and when it's all the way in there, you're able to access the plug right from the bottom, right in front of your face, and boom, out through the middle of the steering wheel. Careful, watch that reset tab for your mileage and all that, trips, and boom, she comes right out just like that. Alright, so now next thing you got to do, this is the 03 Sentra. Sorry about the shaky video. Alright, so the 03 Sentra is a little different from the older Sentras. I saw older Sentra videos where you just flip it around and boom, you got bulbs all over the place. Usually they're all over. Anywhere you got a check engine light, a OD light, cruise control light, they're all along the bottom usually. So the older Sentras, it's there. Now this guy, he has a cover on the back, so you don't see nothing. But you don't need to take that off. Sure, you got a couple bulbs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? There's another one on that side. But the way this guy works, you got a whole bunch of bulbs down there and a bunch of bulbs down here. So what you got to do was very easy. Once again, you take your clear cover off from the front. We're working from the front here. You take your clear cover off, you just prying these tabs down or either back or forward. You'll figure it out, and you got them all around, and then your clear piece will come off, your clear cover in the front. See, touching the, trying to move that, can't move that, clear cover. So after the clear cover's off, then you go after the black casing. So your black casing, you got them here. You'll see them as you go. Very straightforward. I think the most intimidating part of this is getting this whole unit out. Other than that, it's all very straightforward. So now you've got the black casing off. You'll only have this white strip here with the back cover on. For these lights that we're going to, the cruise control lights, the overdrive light, the engine light, check engine light, you're only going to have this white strip piece, the motherboard, the control board, and your back cover. You don't need to take the back cover off. Now once you have all this off, clear coat, clear cover, black casing, you'll have all these exposed, and all that's holding that in would be these two right here. To be honest with you, I have not taken those off yet. I believe they just pop off. If I have to, I will. But what I did, I bent the black cover back and was able to visually see the bulbs. In order to access the bulbs, you do have to take this off. And I believe the bulbs are soldered. So you will have to solder them in and out. Little bulbs. Now, the odds are the bulb is not bad. This was an extreme situation where very abnormal outcome here. I had actually a piece of foam blocking the bulb, and that's why I wasn't seeing it illuminate. If it does illuminate, I have to reinstall all this before I can say it works or not. If not, I'll have to come back in and change the bulb. But the odds are it works. It's just there was a piece of plastic, some debris, whether intentionally or accidentally placed in there, yeah, that allowed me not to see the bulb illuminate or not. So for 10 years or so, I have not seen a check engine light on this car. This car is from 2003. It's 2016. I have over 300,000 kilometers on it. She runs, man. But yeah, so it was very intimidating because I never mess around with the electricals. I'm a mechanic. But yeah, so you got 2 screws at the top to take off your front cover. Then you got the 3 screws in the back to get your whole cluster out. And then you just unclip. So now I'm just going to reinstall it. I will stick it back through the steering wheel and hook up, screw in, and give her a try. Alright, hope this is helpful to you guys. Sorry I'm not very much of a video maker, but I hope you get the idea. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and it'll save you at least $200. Take it easy.